Hey y'all, I'm Aaron Rodriguez, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Jaime Lannister from the TV show Game of Thrones. If that's something you're interested in, then watch the rest of this video. Back in Season 1, Jaime was the character that everybody loved to hate. His character is introduced as a man without honor. He is the kingslayer, somebody who swore an oath to protect the king and then stabbed that very king in the back. He was also sleeping with his sister Cersei, so that was kind of weird. And then he tried to kill Bran once Bran found out about them too.
The things I do for love.
Then he tried to kill Ned, and these two were going to fight to the death until that got interrupted. So very early on, he seemed like he was going to be the villain. But once he was captured, we saw this vulnerability to him.
No matter what you do, you're forsaking one vow or another.
And we saw that he was a father, and we saw that he loved Cersei, so we started to hate him less over time. Jaime's time with Brienne is when everything started to change. Before they even got together, Catelyn released Jaime in order to barter a trade for her daughters.
Killing Jaime Lannister would not buy life for your children, but returning him to King's Landing may buy life for mine.
This is interesting because Jaime was somebody who supposedly had no honor and shouldn't be trusted at all, yet she was trusting him to get her daughters back. Catelyn was desperate at this time, but it is also perhaps true that she saw something in Jaime that very few other characters had. She was married to Ned Stark, who was the most honorable man in all of Westeros, so perhaps she recognized some of the same points in Jaime.
If your gods are real, and if they're just, why is the world so full of injustice?
Because of men like you.
There are no men like me. Only me.
So he bonds with Brienne on their journey together, and in the process they save each other in multiple ways. He saves her from being raped and worse. And in the process he loses his hand, which fundamentally changes his character. He had been known as the greatest fighter in all of Westeros, and now the greatest fighter could no longer fight.
I can't fight anymore.
So who is he to be? Who is he to become? We first saw this new character when he risked his life to save Brienne as she was forced to fight a bear. This was the first time that we've seen him do anything for anybody that wasn't a Lannister, or specifically Cersei.
Get behind me.
As the seasons continue, his character also continues to change and develop. Over the course of time, we start to empathize and sympathize for him more and more. His children die in front of him. Joffrey dies just a few feet in front of him.
Help your king!
Wait!
Myrcella accepts Jaime as her father and then dies in his arms.
Myrcella? Myrcella?
At least Jaime was off-screen for Tommen's death. He had the pleasure of learning that by coming home and seeing a crater in the ground. He was also the favorite of Tywin Lannister. But I mean, how could he not be? Jaime was the eldest born son, so that kind of sealed it right there. But Tywin's other options were Tyrion, who he never accepted as a Lannister and hated him for multiple reasons that go beyond deformity.
You're no son of mine.
And Cersei, who is a female, so she was kind of shit out of luck there, until she was able to make her luck much later. Can't talk about Jaime without talking about the relationship to his sister Cersei. These two had been inseparable since birth, they're twins, and throughout the show we've seen them together and at odds.
Never betray me again.
It's difficult to tell that if Jaime is thinking with his head, his heart, or his penis, because it could never really be all three. But he does love her, and now that she's pregnant, or at least claiming to be, her control over him is now strengthened.
For this.
The question of who is the rightful king runs through Jaime. From what we can gather, the Targaryens ruled Westeros until Jaime stabbed the Mad King in the back. If you think the Targaryens should still be in control, then Daenerys would be the rightful heir. Or now Jon, because Jon is the legitimate son of Rhaegar and Lyanna.
Maynard says here that he issued an annulment for Prince Rhaegar and remarried him to someone else at the same time, in a secret ceremony in Dorne.
If you think the Targaryens should no longer be in control because of Robert's rebellion, then any children that Robert had would have a rightful claim to the throne.
I'm Robert Baratheon's son.
The Lannister claim to the throne is illegitimate.
Robert Baratheon, black of hair. Joffrey Baratheon, golden head.
Joffrey should not have been king, Tommen should not have been king, Cersei should not be queen. So now Jaime, the character that has struggled with honor the entire series, is put into a difficult position. So if Jaime is to serve the Lannisters, he will do what he can to help Cersei. If Jaime is to serve Westeros, he will do whatever he can to displace Cersei.
Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, man without honor.
Jaime. My name's Jaime.